Hi, my name's Amy, I'm 14 and this is my story.
Hi, my name is Chanelle and I'm 17 years old and this is my story.
Hi, my name's Lisette and I'm 16 years old and this is my story.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm 18 years old.
G'day, my name is Preston Williams. I'm 38 years old and this is my story.
So I've been a Christian basically all my life and I grew up in a Christian family, so yeah.
So I became a Christian, well pretty much I grew up in the church. Apparently I was even in church on the second day I was born. So anyway, yeah, and growing up in the church, you know, I think I always did have a faith with God and I always did have a relationship with Him, but it wasn't until just in the last 2-3 years that I really felt that my relationship with Him grew through trials that, you know, made me have build up my own faith to get through certain things.
So I've been brought up a Catholic for the first 14 years of my life, and I guess I've always wanted something more, and it was at school when one of my closest friends at the time invited me to youth group, and it was her last day because she was going away for a while, and so I decided to go. And from there, like, I remember hearing an amazing testimony, which I won't talk about now because for the purpose of this video and there's not enough time, but yeah, after I heard that testimony I just wanted more of that, and ever since I had been coming to church more and more often, and now it's just become part of my regular routine.
I grew up as a Christian from, as far as I know, the age of 2. Upon realisation, would be probably about the age of 10 when I saw the first miracle. Just stayed as steady, mundane, nothing out of the ordinary. Proper awakening was when I was about 21, and up and down through life until this point now.
Okay, I want to get baptized because I just want to be a follower of God and just want everybody to know that, and yeah, I just feel like at this point of my life I'm ready to get baptized and follow the Lord.
So what brought me to this decision today is, I think the moment that I really knew that I was ready to get baptized was when I wasn't ever ashamed or afraid to speak about God to anyone. So I would happily talk about Him to anyone, everywhere, no matter what. So I think that's the moment I really realised that I think I'm ready for this and my relationship with God is strong enough. Just because I was happy and I wanted to share everything that I knew to all my friends and family.
I decided to get baptized because I want a closer relationship with God, and I know that this is the next step I need to take to do that, and as it's something He also commands us to do, and it's, yeah.
I'm getting baptised today because I'm now 38 and I think it's about time I actually showed the world. I should have done this years ago myself, personally. To tell the world that I'm a Christian and I'm that beacon as a representative of Christ for those who are lost in darkness to come to the light.
I'm choosing to get baptized because I feel it's an important step, milestone in my journey with God and my relationship with God. I've grown up knowing God, so I went to a Catholic school when I was younger, and I felt that every time when I went to Mass and the priest was speaking, it really spoke to me in my heart. And I think that I think God has always just put a desire in my heart to want to know Him and follow Him.
I'd like to thank all of my family and also my church family for everyone who has been such an inspiration in their life and just shown me the right ways to live with the Lord.
I'd like to thank my family, and yeah, so my uncles, my aunties, my parents, my sisters, my cousins, just everyone. My teachers, they've going to a Christian school. It's really good for a Christian young teenager to be going into that area. So my teachers have really helped with just morning devotions and things like that. And yeah, even my friends that have just encouraged me to always doing the right thing and pressing into what I think's right.
I would really like to thank my family, even though they may not necessarily know why I'm getting baptised, they still support me and continue to encourage me, and that's the same with my friends. And I'd also like to thank Kaz because she's helped me so much through the course before my baptism and just in general with advice. And I'd also like to thank everyone else in the church for sharing their testimonies and for giving me hope and inspiration to follow in God.
I'd like to thank my friends and family. I think God has put them in my life as a major blessing. Yeah.
Predominantly, I'd love to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for helping me in my spiritual journey. He's the only one to thank, because he's the only one that gives the strength, he's the only one that gives the rest, he's the only one that gives the peace, and he's the only refuge that you have. There's nothing else out there that can match that. Trust me, I know.
The time that I really felt that the Lord was there for me and was always with me was probably when I was in hospital for about a week or so. I was in hospital with my appendix and I had appendicitis, and even though I was going through such a tough time and I was struggling, I could just feel like the Lord was always there for me, and he just knew the answer and he knew the plan for it all, and he healed me through it and helped me through it all.
The time where I really felt God was, I've had many times, but it was around last year or so. I was going through some difficult things for the last 2-3 years, and there was just one time where I just kind of lost all hope pretty much, and I remember just feeling God say, don't give up, just push in, just press into me. And I remember that voice just ticking in the back of my mind, and I was just ignoring it. But when I really listened to that voice and pushed into him more, it was just overwhelming feeling, really. And that's pretty much where my faith grew from that point onwards. So, yeah.
My life has changed becoming a Christian now because I guess I've got more peace in my life, and whatever is thrown at me, even through like my daily life or like even big problems, now I can face that with ease, and it's not something I always have to get angry about now.
Since becoming a proper Christian, like as in practicing and getting stuck into it and knuckling down and kicking Satan out, I've felt that it's become a lot harder. There's more challenges. Since becoming a proper Christian, I've noticed I've been attacked a lot more spiritually since. But the only one that's actually carrying me through at the moment is Jesus Christ.
So if when I get to heaven and I see Jesus, the first question I would probably ask him is, do you have chicken? That's it.
So a question that I would ask Jesus when I see him in heaven would be, I've always wondered what was going through his head at the time when he was arrested, and that whole period from when he was arrested to when he was killed. I think we'd love to know what was going through his mind at that time and what his thoughts were. I don't know, that's something I've always wanted to know, so that's probably what I'd ask him.
When I go to heaven and when I see Jesus, I think I'd probably ask him what the purpose of this life is, like what the true purpose is, what he had planned, and yeah.
I never thought of saying something to Jesus, but I can just imagine that my reaction would just be in tears and just coming up and wanting just him comforting me. And, yeah.
When I meet Jesus personally, I'll probably drop to one knee first for starters. I'll probably get up and give him a hug. But the first thing I'll probably say to him, I'll probably thank him for getting me through. Might even shed a tear.
Thanks for coming to my baptism.
Thanks for coming to my baptism. Bye.
Thanks for coming to my baptism, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, all of you, wonderful people, for coming to my baptism.
thanks for everybody, including Jesus, to be there for my baptism today.